as you make your way to the back of your chair, take a second to just have your yoga block so it's just kind of available nearby, possibly so that it could go underneath your feet if you want it to. Find the back of your chair. Let your legs and your back settle in. Let your eyes close down. Take a few settling in breaths. And then as your body settles in just a little bit, as your breath slows down a little bit, notice, if you can, notice where in your body you feel the physical movement of breath happening. All right, and then once you've taken like a slight little inventory, you can kind of notice notice where that breath movement is happening. Take a second, let your awareness come all the way down to your feet. If your toes are a little scrunched up, you're going to lift them, spread them as much as you can, reset your toes down onto the ground, and then gently press down into the pads of your big toes. So you want to feel like there's just a slight feeling of lift that comes up into the arches of your feet. So gently press down into the pads of the big toes, lift the arches. Everything else stays in that roughly neutral position. But then take a swallow. And at the end of your swallow, your tongue suctions up to the roof of your mouth, and you're going to try to hold and maintain that good tongue position. And then once you've got that good tongue position with your pads of your big toes pressing down and your tongue held in that position, take a slower, deeper, more intentional breath and breathe like you're trying to breathe a little bit lower down into the ends of your ribs. One more cycle of breath with your tongue in that good position, big toes pressing down, breath coming down into the low ends of the ribs. All right, now you're just going to start to lift and lower your toes. So the balls of the feet stay connected to the ground, your heels stay connected to the ground. Just your toes are going to lift and lower. And it doesn't have to follow any specific rhythm or pattern, but just lift them up, lower them down. And as you get your toes moving up and down, you're going to bring your hands together and you're going to warm up your palms. Keep a little bit of heat coming into your hands. And then hands are going to find the front pockets of the jeans. So you're keeping your toes moving up and down. You're warming up your hands, putting a little heat into the hands. And then once you feel like your hands feel that generation of warmth, that you've created a warmth that come into the surface of your palms, take your hands and place them right into the front pockets of your jeans. Let your toes soften. Let your eyes close back down again. Take a nice gentle breath. Lovely. And now you're going to take those hands and you're just going to gently pat, 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 pat up and down the sides of your thighs. A light pat. So sometimes we go a little bit vigorous. Sometimes we're like shooting for some like muscle stimulation, but just do a light pat, 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 almost as if you're just trying to pat like the surface of your skin and mostly the fabric of your clothes. All right, one more moment there and then take it over the tops of your thighs. One more moment there and then take it into the insides of your thighs. Nice. One more moment there. And then bring your hands back together, warm up your hands. And as you start to warm up your hands, lift your back up away from the back of your seat and walk your butt forward just a little bit. Now, if you wear glasses, you're going to take a second and you'll put your glasses just somewhere safe. And then once you've got your glasses somewhere safe, come back, warm up your hands, put just a little bit of extra heat into your hands. When we put our hands over our eyes, we're going to go heels of the hands into the ball of the eye. So you're going to feel like a gentle, gentle, gentle pressure. So get your hands nice and warm. And then once you feel like your hands are really good and warm, heels of the hands onto your eyes, let your eyes or your head rest into your hands. Take 3 slow, intentional breaths. Keeping your eyelids closed down, you're going to slowly peel your hands away. And then as you peel your hands away slowly, you're going to notice the little wave of light that comes in from behind your eyelids. And then once your hands are completely released, you're going to gently, gently, gently flutter your eyes open. If you took your glasses off, take a second to put them back on. And then once you got your eyeballs on, we're going to go right into a cat-cow. Inhale and gently lift your chest, lift your chin. Exhale, gently round your back. Inhale to lift your heart. Exhale to round your back. And then you're going to see if you can just take it into a nice fluid liquid motion. Inhale as you come up and arch the back, and exhale as you round, but it's no stopping. You just find your way to the edge of one movement and then peel right into the next round. And you're just going to take a little bit of time, go with your breath's rhythm. Go for about 2 more fluid liquid cat-cows, and then we're going to take it into barrel rolls or scrape the peanut butter jar, but it's going to be continuous motion. So you're going to go right from your cat-cow into those barrel rolls. So now you're just going to start to circle your ribs. Let your body find a depth and a pace that feels good to you. Notice if there's any stiff or sticky places. Notice if there's any cracking or crunching noises. Just tune in and notice how is your body reacting to the movement that you're putting into it. And then when you feel ready for it, as much as you can make that be a continuous motion machine, take it in the other direction. Nice and slow and steady. And then notice as you go in reverse, are there any little subtle changes that show up? Lovely. Take one more circle around and then come up to a nice neutral. Hands are going to float up out at your sides, and you're going to do a little reach and grab. So you're going to reach over to one side and then reach over to the other side. And as you do the reach, you open your fingers, grab with your hand. So think like your hand is an extension of your heart center. We've got marma points and energetic points, and then we've just got bones and muscles and ligaments and tendons. And we want to just make our fingers wake up. Go for one more time to each side, and then left hand's going to find the chair, right hand's going to reach up and over, take it right into a lateral side stretch. Hang out there for a second, take a nice big breath. All right, use your in-breath to come up and take it over to the other side. Hand finds the chair, arm reaches up and over, lateral side stretch, nice big breath. We're going to inhale up and go into a soft seated twist. You're going to inhale to pick yourself up, and then exhale, softly float into a twist. Go for like 45%, something that feels sustainable. Like if I said you had to stay here for 3 hours, you could. Soften your shoulders, soften your armpits, take a nice big breath. If you can put that back arm, back hand into a comfortable enough position so that the back shoulder can do a little bit of work, you're just going to take your back shoulder and just give it a couple of shoulder rolls. Roll it up to your ears, around, down, and back. One or two more good rolls. And then the next time it's in the down and back position, drop your ear away from that shoulder. So you're in a slight twist, shoulders down and back, head is in a little bit of a lateral flexion. Take a nice big breath. All right, use your next in-breath to let your head lift up and then slowly peel away from your twist. You can take it right over to the other side and then go for that like that twist variation where it feels good. And if I said we're going to stay here for 3 hours, you feel like you could sustain the shape. Notice your breath. All right, and then you're just going to see if you can free up that backhand to some degree so that you can take that back shoulder and give it a little roll. Roll it up to your ear, around, down, and back. Great. One more little shoulder roll. And then the next time the shoulder rolls down and back, stay there. Drop your ear away from that shoulder. So you have a little bit of lateral flexion in the cervical spine, a little depression of the shoulder. Take a nice big breath. And then on your next in-breath, pick your head gently up, slowly float your way to center, and then take your yoga block and put your yoga block to tall setting in front of you. And we're just going to start to find a little toe tap alternation. So you're just going to get the hip flexors gently working. And then just get a sense of like, how do your legs feel? How do your hips feel? How does your butt muscles feel? All right, now the next time your right foot hops onto the block, you're going to stay there. So that's in that slightly lifted position. You're going to pick up your other foot and you're going to circle your foot and your ankle. Circle in one direction. Circle the other way. Beautiful. Set that foot down, set your other foot down, transition and switch. Put your foot up onto the block, hold that foot there, circle your other foot. Nice. Circle it the other way. All right, one more circle around and then both feet down on the ground, nice and slow and careful. And then we're going to put a bit of space between the legs and fold to the tall setting of the block. So you're going to let your hands find the block. And then once you're in that folded position, you're just going to do the little wriggle jiggle. You're going to put a little length into the tube of your waist. Wiggle around so you find a little space in your hips. Wiggle around so that your legs land in a comfortable position where they don't have to work too hard. And then once you feel like you found that like space enough, you can reduce a little bit of effort, take a big breath and breathe like you're trying to breathe way down into your low back, maybe back pocket of the jeans. Take a glance at your feet and just make sure your toes aren't too scrunched up. So put a little space in your toes, whatever that might mean to you. Just get your feet set so they feel solid on the ground. And then we're going to go think like a bow and arrow pull, but you're going to keep one hand connected to the tall setting of your block. So you're going to pull one arm up like you're bringing your thumb to your chin or to your ear, and then bring it back down nice and slow and controlled. Find the block, switch sides. Pull your elbow up and back, thumb comes up towards the ear or where the jaw meets the ear, and then slow return, hand finds the block. Switch over to the other side. Pull back like you're pulling a bow and arrow, elbow comes up, thumb to the ear, return nice and slow, switch sides, pulling back, return nice and slow. One more time through. How far back you go might look and appear different one side compared to the other. It might feel different each time you go. Go for one more time to the other side. And then come back to that soft folded position. Take a moment, lengthen the tube of your waist again. Take a nice big breath. Beautiful. Hands find the knees, push into your knees, come up nice and slow and controlled. Move your block a little bit off to the side and then walk your feet in. So feet are about hip width distance apart, nice and solid on the ground, seated mountain pose. And then once you've got your seated mountain pose, press down into your feet like your legs are just a little bit firm and a little bit alive, and put a little energy down into your hands and your fingers. And then just take a moment, gaze forward, notice your breath. All right, on your next inhale, arms up, look up. As you exhale, you're going to fold, and fold like you're trying to touch the outer ankle bones of your feet. Inhale halfway up, touch the fronts of your shins. Exhale, soften back down into your fold. Now we're going to take the right leg up into lunging position. So you're going to pick your right leg up, bring it up towards your chest, flex your foot, lift your chest, lift your chin. As we release our lunge, we're going to walk our legs out nice and long. So both legs are going to step out, but put a little bit of a bend in the knees. Arms are going to float up, flex or extension of the wrist. Hinge forward. There's your seated down dog, but there's a whole bunch of effort. You feel the effort into the backs of your legs. You'll feel it into the back muscles, your erector muscles. Hold there for a moment if you can. And then how you readjust in between your down dog and your cobra is going to be like what feels smooth and good to you. So for me, I'm just going to step my feet in, let my hands find the tops of the thighs, chest comes forward again and into cobra. So you pull your heart forward, stretch from your sternum to your chin in a gentle back bend. Hold there for just a moment. And then we release that cobra position, feet walk back out to down dog, extension in the wrist, hinge forward, feel that gentle effort in the back. And then as we come back up and in, right leg's going to come back into lunge position. So step your feet in, pull that knee up to the chest, flex your foot, lift your chest, lift your chin. And then as we release, we're going to go into a little soft fold. So you're going to set that right leg down, hinge forward, touch the bones of your ankles. And then big sweep of the arms back up and overhead. Think tall mountain, hands come through heart center. Hands come down at your sides. Pause for a moment in your mountain pose. Notice your breath. Excellent. When you're ready, inhale, arms up, look up. Fold towards your feet. See if you can touch the bony ankle prominences. And then we're coming up to lunge. So now left leg is going to come up to your chest. Flex your foot, lift your chest, lift your chin. Take a breath. All right, now we're stepping out to our down dog. So you're going to release that leg out in front of you. Other leg steps forward, arms float up, extension in the wrists, hinge forward. And I keep a bit of a bend in my legs. So I feel a little stretch into my hamstrings, but it's not like stressing out my butt muscles. So find it feels like a positive stress. You want to feel like it feels good and it feels strong. Hang there for just a moment. And then we find our way to our cobra position. So soften, step your feet in, pull your heart forward, stretch from your sternum to your chin like you're stretching a rubber band. Take a big breath. And then we release to find our way back to that down dog. So soften the back bend, walk your legs back out, arms up, extension in the wrists, hinge forward, take a breath. All right, and then we bring it back up and into our lunge position. So step your feet in, bring your left knee up toward your chest, flex your foot, lift your chest, lift your chin, take a big breath. Beautiful. Float that foot down and then we take it right into our forward fold. Touch the bones of your ankles. Big sweep of the arms all the way up and overhead, tall mountain, and then hands come through heart center, hands down at your sides. In mountain pose, take a moment, close your eyes down, notice your breath. Lovely. Gently open your eyes. Inhale, arms up, look up. Exhale, fold over your legs. See if you can touch the bones of your ankles. Right knee comes up, lunge position. So you pull the knee up to the chest. Flex your foot, lift your chest, lift your chin. Releasing out to our down dog shape. So you're going to step that leg forward. Other leg steps out to meet. Arms up, extension in the wrist. Hinge forward. Hang there. Take a breath. Come back up so you prepare for your cobra position. Step your feet in, hands find your thighs, heart tips forward, chest pulls forward, stretch from your sternum to your chin. And then soften that gentle back bend so you find your way back to your down dog. Step your feet forward, arms up, extension in the wrist. Take that little hinge, hang there for a moment. Beautiful. And then bring it all back up and in. Step your legs in. Right knee comes up, lunge position, flex your foot, lift your chest, lift your chin. Beautiful. Release that foot down to the ground and we go into a fold. Fold over your legs, touch the bones of your ankles. And then a big sweep of the arms up and overhead as we come back up through tall mountain, hands to come to heart center, hands down at your sides. And then we take it over to the other side. Inhale, arms up, look up. Exhale, fold over your legs. See if you can touch the bones of your ankles. Left knee is going to come up, lunge position. Bring that knee up toward your chest. Flex your foot, lift your chest, lift your chin. Soften your lunge, down dog shape. Step the legs out, bend in the knees, arms up, extension in the wrists, hinge forward. Feel the muscles in your back, get that good feeling of strength. Hold there for a moment. And then we soften it up just enough so that you can step your legs in, cobra position. Hands find the knees, heart pulls forward, stretch from your sternum to your chin. Soften your cobra just enough and then step it back to your down dog. Feet come forward, flex the feet, bend the knees, arms up, extension of the wrist, hinge forward. Beautiful. Step it in nice and slow and controlled. Left knee comes up into lunge position, flex your foot, lift your chest, lift your chin. And then as we set that left leg down, we fold over the legs, touch the bones of your ankles. Big sweep of the arms up and overhead, tall mountain. And then hands come through heart center. Hands down at your sides. Pause for a moment in your mountain pose. You can close your eyes down and just for a moment, notice how your body feels. Notice your energy, notice your breath. Great. Gently flutter your eyes open, give your fingers a little twinkle, give your toes a little wiggle, re-grab your yoga block. Now we're going to put the yoga block in front of us, going back to tall setting. You're going to scoot your butt forward as far to the front edge of your chair as you comfortably can. And then we're going to go into back to those little toe taps, but now you're going to see if you can go arms up above your head. And then you're going to see if you can lean back just a touch. So you want to feel like you're getting a little bit of your core muscles to be on fire. And then if this feels good, assuming that you feel good and balanced, because you could always put your hands down, you're going to see if you can do both feet at the same time. Take it into a little hop. Stay in that leaned back position. So you want to feel like your core muscles are on. And if you're like, are my core muscles on? Cross your fingers, poke them into your belly. Make sure you feel like there's just a little bit of firmness coming in there. A little bit of heat is going to come into your body when you do this work. Go for about 3 more if you can. Nice. Set your feet down, come up to an upright seat. Now pick up your left leg, put your back of your thigh into your hand. I say that because we do it one hand on the ground, but do both hands behind your thigh, basket weave. Now push with an intention, like you're trying to drive your leg away, but your arms are super sturdy and they're not going to let the leg move too much. And you're just going to hold that position, hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Soften everything, pull the leg a little bit closer to your chest. And now we're going to go nerve flossing, but it's going to be like a fluid motion machine again. So you're going to kick your foot up, flex your foot, lift your chin, and then float it down. And you're just going to roll through. So you can point your toe in the in-between, flex your foot. Come on down. And then you're just going to take it as slow fluid motion. And we do this work. It's not about perfectly straightening the leg. It's flossing the nerve line. So we just want to kind of creep up to the edge where we feel that little tightness or tension and then release it right away. So go nice and slow, get that nice fluid motion going on. Beautiful. Take one more moment there. And then we're going to kick this leg out nice and long. And you can opt for either you take your yoga block and you put it on like a low setting so that the foot has a slight elevation when it's out in front of you. And then we're just folding over, reaching towards the toes. Or you put your other foot onto the block so it's in a little bit of a supported position and then you reach forward. So which one you go for, I find that my extended leg on the yoga block gives just a little bit of extra height little extra sensation into the back of the thigh. So shoot for the one that feels good. Fold over your leg, reach toward your toe, notice your breath. Take one more breath. And then when you're ready, slowly, slowly, slowly bring it on up and in. Step your feet down on the ground. Now we're going to take the work to the other side. So you're going to pick your leg up, make your little basket weave, hold firm onto the back of your thigh, push your thigh away from you and hold that steady push. Your arms are nice and strong and sturdy. You're trying to engage your thigh muscles, hip flexor muscles, but your arms are nice and strong. Hold that good sturdy frame. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Soften the push. Now take it into that nerve flossing. Kick your foot up to the sky, lift your foot, lift your chin, float it down. And then we just continuously move the leg, looking for the feeling of edge and then softening right away from it. Go for a few more if it feels good. And then when you feel ready for it, we're going to send this leg nice and long. So whether you go for foot on the yoga block or supporting leg on the yoga block, it's going to be just like what gets you that nice feeling of stretch into the back of your leg. So send your leg out, keep a good quality bend in the knee, fold over your leg, reach towards your toe. It does not matter if you can touch your toe. That's just what we reach towards. And then once you found a little fold that feels good, take a moment just to notice your breath. Take one more breath. All right, when you're ready, slowly, slowly, slowly bring yourself back up and out. Walk that leg in, give a little swish to the legs. And now we're going to spin sideways. We're going to go into a lunging position. When we get into our lunging position, like how you arrange yourself into each lunge is like what feels good. How does your chair support you? So for some of us, sometimes it's more of a like 90-90. For some of us, sometimes it's like kind of spin out at an angle. So less of the chair is underneath you and you get a little bit more space. So there's ways that just the chair can be completely under your thigh. It could be a little off to the side, but we want to shoot for the start of it, go for sort of squared up hips, looking over that front leg. And then once you've got a little bit of that lunging position where it feels nice enough to you, you're going to see if you can take your hands into that front leg, bent leg, and you're going to push into your thigh to bring your heart a little bit more up. And then it hopefully will increase that feeling of stretch into that extended leg behind you, that front pocket of the jeans. So as you push into your thigh and lift your chest, notice where you feel sensation. Take a big breath. All right, now we're going to do 3 pandiculations. I want you to imagine that your front pocket of your jeans, that hip that's in that extension position, is going to grip and fight the work. So you're going to do pandiculation. We stiffen and stretch. So you're going to use your arms to create a sturdy frame. And imagine that using the muscles in the front pocket of your jeans, you're trying to bring your heart over that bent leg thigh. And then you're going to use those front pocket of the jeans muscles to bring yourself back up. So your arms are going to create a little bit of a resistance. You're going to hinge a little bit forward. You're going to come back up, use that gripping muscle to get the work done if you can find it. One more time, hinge forward, pandiculate, that stiffening stretch. Beautiful. And then one last time, find that little push into your thigh, lift your chest. And then soften everything. Now we're going to spin the hips out to the side. So now we're going to go into our warrior 2 position. So we adjust the lunging so it feels comfortable in the chair, like get your butt arranged and your thighs arranged so it all feels good. So with this one, our hips are angled out to the side and the bent knee is our front leg. Now we're going to go into our dancing warrior. So we're going to extend arms out straight from the shoulders, gaze forward, take a breath. With our dancing warrior, we go between extended side angle, warrior 2, and reverse warrior. So extended side angle, the elbow finds the knee, that top arm reaches up alongside your ear. And then we use the good side body muscles. We lift up through warrior 2 position. We gaze forward, and then the back thigh touches, back hand touches the back thigh, reach your front hand up and look to that top hand. And then we flip back through warrior 2. Side angle position, elbow to the knee, arm extends up. Use your good side body muscles, lift up through that warrior two position, gaze forward, touch your back thigh, lift the front hand up into reverse warrior or peaceful warrior. One more time, elbow to the knee, arm extends up. Float through that warrior two position into your peaceful warrior. Hang there for just a moment. Lift a little bit of effort up your side body, up your arm, up into your fingertips. Gaze up at that hand. Take a nice big breath. Beautiful. Slowly, slowly, slowly release. Soften everything so you can gently float through. Come to center, give a little swish, and then we're going to go for a slightly wide position. So step your legs just slightly wide. And then the side that we were just working on, we're going to thread through on that side. So you're going to go hand to the knee that was just in that front bent position. Take your arm and thread through. Think elbow and shoulder towards that open knee. Turn your head, look to your extended hand. Take a nice big breath. Take a second, notice if you crunched up your toes, soften your toes. Beautiful. On your next in-breath, slowly unwind, and then we're going to pivot around to the other side. So we're going to start with our forward-facing lunging position. So forward-facing being hip bones facing forward, heart facing forward, eyes facing forward. How the rest gets arranged, what feels sturdy, what feels comfortable to you. Once you feel like you've arranged your butt, your thighs, and your legs in a way that makes good sense, see if you can take your hands to that front leg bent thigh, and you're going to push into the thigh, lift your chest, lift your gaze slightly. Notice your breath. Notice if you picked up any tension in your jaw. See if you can soften your jaw just a little bit. Still breathe in and out through your nose. All right, now we're going to use our hands to create that little pandiculation. So think about your front pocket of your jeans, the guy that's getting that extension, that's getting that stretch. You want to imagine that that guy is going to do the work. So you're going to create a frame of resistance with your hands. You're going to try to bring your heart forward, but you're using your front pocket of the jeans muscles to bring it forward, and then use the front pocket of the jeans muscles to come back up. Pandiculate again. Use a little stiffening stretch to come forward. A little stiffening stretch, come back up. Do it one more time if you can. A little stiffening stretch. Arms are creating a little resistance as you try to come forward, and then try to create a similar resistance in reverse. And then once you've come back up, soften that pressure on the front pocket of the jeans, push into your thigh, lift your chest, take a nice big breath. Beautiful. All right, soften everything. And now we're going to rotate into our warrior two position. So now we're going to let the hips spin out to the side, adjust your legs so that they feel pretty good. We go roughly ribs in line with the hips is the starting position. And then arms come out straight from the shoulders. And then we gaze past that front hand, middle finger. And then we take our warrior for a dance. So we go side angle position, elbow to the knee, arm stretches up alongside your ear. Use good side body muscles, lift up. Float through that warrior two into peaceful warrior. Touch the back thigh, reach your top hand up. Come back through that warrior two position into your side angle, elbow to the knee, arm extends up. Beautiful. Use side body muscles. Come up nice and slow. Float through that warrior two into reverse warrior. Nice. One more time. Elbow to the knee, side angle position. Lift up into that reverse warrior. Stay there for a moment. Look to your top hand. Put a little bit of positive stress up through the side of your waist, up through your arm, up into your fingers. Take a nice big breath. Beautiful. And then soften everything. Slowly spin everything in. Give it all a good second. Swish your legs. Step your feet to a slightly wide position. And now we're going to go thread through the other side. So the leg that was just in that front bent position, you're going to put hand to the knee. Thread your arm through, think shoulder to your open knee, turn your head, look to your extended hand, take a nice big breath. Beautiful. When you're ready, slowly, slowly, slowly unwind. Now, my suggestion for finish is that we'll finish in a child's pose-like position. So you use your yoga block. I would say comfortably yoga block, medium setting, wide, so that your feet can rest comfortably. But for some of us, it might be a little bit beneficial to go lower. It's all about height and proportions and then what feels sturdy underneath your feet. So you want the yoga block to be underneath your feet and you want your knees to be in that slightly lifted position, and possibly your heels are slightly behind your knees if you can arrange it. So you're going to go for just that little bit of a little embryo. And then if it feels comfortable enough, you're just going to snuggle your waist into a comfortable position, soften over your legs, and then allow your breath to slow down here. So at first, that child's pose position can feel a little compressive to the abdomen, but the beautiful thing is it can force us, in a sense, to put breath into other spaces. So we've closed off the front of the body. That means there's more room for expansion of breath into the back body. So imagine that you're trying to breathe into the back of your shoulder blades, that back low end of your rib cage, and all the way down into your low back and into your back of your butt muscles. If there's room available in this slightly forward position, you're going to see if you can just free up your hands, make them into little soft fists, and you're just going to gently tap the tops of your feet. And then if your hands were free enough to gently tap the tops of your feet, see if you can tap up and down the shins. And then when you feel ready for it, hands find the knees. Gently, gently, gently lift yourself away from your thighs and then just rough up your knees. Just bring a little bit of heat and warmth into your tops of your knees. And then we're going to come back to thighs and sides of the thighs. So tap, tap, tap the tops of your thighs. Tap, tap, tap the insides of your thighs. Tap, tap, tap the outsides of your thighs. And then if there's room to just rearrange your legs just slightly, see if you can come around and tap the back sides of your thighs. And once you've done a little tap and stimulation of the legs, take it up to your heart space and just a gentle tap around your heart space. And then feet on the block or feet on the ground, just go for where it feels like you feel like you're in a nice solid seat. Your butt feels solid, your feet feel solid, you feel nice and strong and sturdy. Take one more moment to tap around your heart space. And then we're going to go hands into Anjali Mudra, prayer hands to heart center, and gently bow your head to your heart. Take a nice big breath of love and gratitude towards yourself, for your mind, for your body, for all of your hard work. And then a nice big breath of love and gratitude that you can fill up with to carry with you through the rest of your day to share with anyone else who might need it. And then when you feel ready, gently lift up through the top of your head, gently open your eyes. I bow to you. You are amazing. Happy Wednesday.